What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993. We're back here again with another trade in the Major League Baseball that was just made within the past 24 hours, as it's a pretty good blockbuster. Interesting move, of course, as well, as the Yankees acquire former American League MVP Josh Donaldson from the Minnesota Twins, and involving in a 5-player deal. The Twins also, the Yankees also get Isiah Kiner-Falefa, a former Gold Glover that I apparently have not heard of, and he was the Gold Glover for the Texas Rangers in 2020. That actually was just acquired in a minor trade just this past Saturday from the Rangers. So now he's leaving the Twins and going to the Yankees, and the Yankees also get Ben Rortvedt, who's a minor league catcher that I don't think is going to make much of an impact at this time. The Yankees, in this trade, give up 2 key players, Urshela and Gary Sanchez. Interesting move there. Now, again, I have not kept up on baseball the past couple of seasons. With the pandemic and whatnot, it was just hard to get into the season. But of course, with things starting to get back normal, definitely feeling it heating up again. And of course, it's why I'm trying to pop up these baseball news videos to get them out there. Interesting veteran move there. Donaldson, who's 36 now, is a former American League MVP, and he put up some really good numbers with his time with the Blue Jays from 2015 to 2018. Of course, injuries late in his Blue Jays career did kind of cost him his job, but he's bounced around with the Braves and the Twins, and at 36 years old, Donaldson's still a very valuable bat in the lineup. The batting average has dropped down a little bit, but if the Yankees are looking for a little bit of a spark and some flexibility with payroll, I think Donaldson's a good pickup. I can't remember how much he has left on his contract, but it sounds like he may have another 2 years left maybe on his deal, I think. I can't remember. And Isiah Kiner, whatever the heck his name is, here, we pull up the info again. Isiah Kiner-Falefa, I'm probably mispronouncing his name. As of now, to my surprise, they're looking at making him the starting shortstop. He is a former Gold Glover with the Rangers in 2020. But I'm definitely surprised. I thought they would be still trying to get either Trevor Story or Carlos Correa, since both of them are still on the market. They still could, you never know. But we'll have to wait and see where it goes. Of course, it's going to definitely, because the Yankees have, been kind of shuffling up their infield, with some injuries they had last year. DJ LeMahieu, who's starting to get up there in age. He's normally second base, but probably float back and forth as of now between second and first base, maybe. There is Luke Voit also, who led the league in home runs with 22 in the shortened 2020 season. Unfortunately, injuries did limit him last year also, as he's had a history of injuries, so he's not the most reliable piece either. They still could make a pursuit for Anthony Rizzo or Freddie Freeman. We'll talk about him in another video that I want to do as well on another trade that the Braves made today. But there is some floating about there. And also even Gleyber Torres, who was a former promising middle infielder for the Yankees, and he just didn't really have it as good last year. He did have an injury, but it kind of was with the Yankees infield not being the most reliable. And truth be told, there's a lot of Yankees players that have been very injury prone lately. Even their outfield, as much as I'm a big fan of Stanton and Judge, last year was the first healthy season they've had in a couple of seasons. Because in 2020, the injury the shortened pandemic season. The year before, Stanton played only 20-some games. Judge, for a couple years after his 52 homer rookie season, he was missing half of the season, for 2 years before pandemic short season. And then, of course, last year he played a full year, and he hit 39 homers, I think it is. So he's starting to get back on track. But even their health is not reliable. So they had to get some more durable names in there for sure, as they've shuffled some things around. But Josh Donaldson, I think, is a great pickup for the Yankees. For the Twins, they got Gary Sanchez and Gio Urshela. Gio Urshela, he seems like a guy who's still, building up and whatnot. With the Twins, obviously, kind of going through a little bit of a rebuilding. Will most likely probably take Donaldson's place at third base. Even though a lot of the Twins infielders can pretty much play multiple positions, so definitely be a lot of feeling around as far as who goes what. Gary Sanchez, though, definitely a surprise. Even though Sanchez has had a decline with the bat in the past couple seasons. I mean, yes, he still has some power numbers. Let me see here. Gary Sanchez. Let me see what his numbers were last year. Gary Sanchez. He, of course, in his rookie season, he did hit 20 homers in 50 games, so obviously the sky was the limit for him. But this past season, he only hit 204, but he still had 23 homers and 54 RBIs. So, still could probably provide some power behind the plate. But I definitely think, his offense, his strikeout rates are going to be up a lot higher, and he's only a career 230 hitter. So maybe it's time to get a fresh bat in the Yankees lineup. And, he could definitely provide some, some surprise pop as well for the Twins as well, who again are kind of on a little bit of a rebuilding stage, somewhat. Not as bad as some other teams, the Pirates. But this is an interesting trade for sure. Like I said, it definitely gets a little more reliable depth in the lineup for the Yankees with a good veteran like Donaldson, who again still can hit probably about 25-30 homers a year. And then of course the Twins getting Gio Urshela, who's still young and still developing, and then Gary Sanchez, the veteran with the experience from him as well. So I think this is a good trade for sure. We'll definitely see how this works out for both the Twins and the Yankees. And of course the Yankees getting Isiah whatever the heck his name is. We'll see how he is. Again, I'm going to try to pay a little more attention to baseball again this year. So there's definitely some things I still got to get to know, but we'll see if the Yankees do anything else. It does sound like they're trying to shuffle up their infield a little bit. Like I said, it probably also depend on if they do get to sign Freddie Freeman, maybe or not, which could make Luke Voit a trade candidate. I wouldn't mind having the Pirates trying to pick up Luke Voit maybe, but again, it's his injuries that's going to keep him reliable or whatnot. But guys, that's my thoughts on this trade with Josh Donaldson and two others going to the Yankees. The Twins, in return, getting Gary Sanchez and Gio Urshela. What are your guys' thoughts on this trade? Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. And be sure, as always, to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content to come on my channel. And follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBoy93. Till then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you all later. Have a great rest of your night. Peace out, everybody.